I decided to put it all on one bet, one horse, in one horse race, the Cheltenham Gold Cup in March 2018. And if that horse won, I would have won that money back. I had the intention to pay everybody back. If it didn't win, it had literally become a matter of life and death, and I was going to go and kill myself.
It's just a game. That's what they say, as the app loads, as the ads roll, as the money vanishes. But what if it's not just a game? What if it's a system, designed, perfected, and deployed to look like play while functioning like a trap? Look around. Betting companies are no longer lurking in the shadows. They're everywhere. Their logos are stitched onto football jerseys. Their promos are pushed between YouTube videos. Their odds scroll beneath your favorite sports broadcasts like stock tickers. It's not subtle. It's not occasional. It's invasive. Gambling has gone mainstream, digital, and socially acceptable, all in less than a generation. This video isn't about preaching. It's about asking, how did we get here? And more importantly, what's the cost of this new normal? Let's unpack it. So the journey from smoky betting shops to slick mobile apps is not just about innovation. It's about opportunity, deregulation, and psychology, a trifecta that turned gambling from a vice into a business model. In the mid-2000s, governments across the globe, especially in the UK, Europe, and later the US, began peeling back the layers of gambling regulation. What was once restricted to casinos or racetracks suddenly became legal online. And once betting became a digital product, it exploded. The 2005 Gambling Act in the UK was a turning point. It allowed betting companies to advertise on TV, radio, and eventually online. What followed was the marketing gold rush. Sports clubs got sponsorships, influencers got affiliate deals, viewers got bombarded, and all of us, we got conditioned. In the age of apps, betting no longer requires effort. There's no need to visit a bookmaker or even turn on your laptop. One tap, one scroll, one nudge from a push notification. In-play bet now available. 5x your stake if the next goal is a header. It's designed to be seamless. It's designed to feel like you're already winning, even before you place a bet. And when tech meets temptation, addiction isn't a rare side effect. It becomes part of the product. There's a science to this. Betting apps use the same psychological tricks as slot machines. Variable rewards. You don't win every time, but sometimes, just often enough, you do. Near misses. You were so close to hitting that jackpot. Try again. Instant feedback. You don't wait. You tap. You bet. You see the result. Now, every notification is a lure. Every bonus bet is a hook. And over time, the line between play and compulsion fades. This isn't entertainment. This is behavioral engineering. And it works frighteningly well. Let's be clear. Betting companies are not hoping you win. That's not how the business works. They operate on predictable loss over time. Sure, some people win big occasionally, just enough to sell the dream. But over millions of bets, the house always wins. They use algorithms to adjust odds. They track behavior to segment users. Casual versus high risk versus vulnerable. Some players are even limited or banned when they win too often. It's not a fair game. It's a data-driven trap. And the profits? Astronomical. Global gambling revenue hit $500 billion in 2024. That's more than the global box office, music, and book publishing industries combined. Gambling doesn't just make money, it devours it. It's not just about money, it's about the stories we're telling ourselves. Once upon a time, gambling was taboo. Now, it's content. Betting slips are shared like memes. Tipsters are influencers. Losses are jokes. Until they aren't. But behind every viral bet slip is a quieter story. A young man chasing his losses at 3 a.m. A family skipping rent to fund one last accumulator. A teen using crypto to bypass age restrictions. We're not just betting more. We're teaching a generation that risk is a lifestyle. That maybe, just maybe, the next bet is the one that changes everything. And that's a dangerous story to believe in. Let's talk about the fallout. First, rising addiction rates. The fastest growing demographic for gambling addiction, 18-30-year-old males. And it's no mystery why. They're bombarded with ads, sold dreams of easy money, and handed a dopamine machine disguised as a sports app. The consequences: anxiety, depression, debt, family breakdown, in some cases, tragically, suicide. Unlike other addictions, this one wears a suit. It smiles on TV. It sponsors your favorite team, but it ruins lives just the same. Second, sports integrity at risk. when athletes, coaches, and officials live in a culture drenched in betting money. Match fixing isn't a fantasy, it's an economic temptation. There have already been scandals in football, cricket, tennis, and esports. And it will get worse, because when gambling is everywhere, corruption follows. Third, the poor pay the price. Betting companies don't advertise to billionaires. They advertise to the struggling, the stressed, the underpaid, and overworked. People for whom a quick win isn't fun, it's hope. Hope for rent, hope for debt relief, hope for escape. And that hope, it's the most profitable product of all. Why is no one stopping it? Governments see the problem. So do regulators. But the truth is, they're in too deep. Gambling generates billions in tax revenue. Betting companies are major advertisers, sponsors, and political donors. Attempts to regulate are often watered down or blocked entirely. It's not about not knowing, it's about not wanting to change, because too many people are profiting from the problem. So where do we go from here? This isn't about banning all gambling. Adults should be free to make choices. But freedom without fairness is a lie, and right now, the game is rigged. What we need is strict limits on advertising, especially around sports and young audiences. Transparent odds and responsible design, not dark patterns and bonus traps. Funding for mental health and addiction services, paid for by the industry that causes the harm. And most of all, education. Real talk about how gambling works and who it really benefits. We also need to ask a deeper question. Why are so many people turning to gambling in the first place? Because underneath the betting boom is something darker, a society where real opportunity feels so far out of reach. People bet their last $10 trying to make a dent in the void. Betting companies didn't just change the way we gamble, they changed the way we think about risk, reward, and reality. They sold us a fantasy, and too many of us bought in. But we don't have to keep playing. Not every app needs to be downloaded. Not every free bet is free. And not every promise is worth chasing. Sometimes the most powerful move you can make is to log off, to say, I see the game, I see what's behind it, and I choose not to play. Because the best bet you'll ever make might be on yourself.